Oh, the other thing that's going on is it turned cold last night. It was about 40 this morning. And the furnace didn't work. Y'all remember last year when I redid that furnace and I cleaned the frogs out of it and everything? And it was working great. Not working great today. And okay then, here's the Suburban heater. And let me tell you, I had one heck of a wrestling match getting it out of it mounts inside of a metal box. The box is vented on the front and not vented on the back. I think it's specifically made so that it can suck air in. And I don't know what, probably it's fire protection or something. Let's try that. Yeah. So there's a sending unit in here that goes in the pilot light. When you light the pilot light, it warms up the sending unit, and the sending unit tells it it's okay to keep burning. That is regulated by probably this motherboard right over here. Now I got two things I'm going to do which I think are most likely to give me success. One is I'm going to take this apart again. I've done it before. Clean it out. Blow it out, make sure there's no dust or dirt in here. Last time I found 2 dead frogs inside of it, believe it or not. And the other thing I may do is I may replace this motherboard. This unit here runs about $700, believe it or not. And the motherboard runs 60 to 80. And I'm sure the fan is good. I'm sure the gas hookups are good. I'm sure everything is good except maybe that little sending unit itself. But this motherboard is what takes the place of, there used to be a mechanical unit on the old furnaces and they did away with that and they put these new units, these new motherboards on there, which are a lot more expensive, but maybe they work better, I don't know. Anyway, enough said about that. Let me get this off. We'll have a look down in there. Okay, here is the inside of that. You see that white thing, and you see a little wire that comes out of the end of it, and it bends over and it goes right to, there's a thing under there. It looks like something with a bunch of holes in it. That's where the fire is. And when this thing lights up, this heats that up, and that is the wire that goes to the motherboard that I mentioned earlier that should keep this thing running. The spark may come right out of that too. I don't see a sparker. That may be the sparker right there. It may be that I could also replace the sparker. I don't know. Okay, one more thing to show you, and I actually kind of missed this before. I probably could have seen it if I looked at my old video, but there, right there, if you look above that yellow light where I'm pointing my finger, that's the opening. I'm going to turn the camera upside down. Let's see if it'll go in there. That's the opening. There's a little tiny point in the end. That's where the gas comes out. If a spider web or anything gets in that, it won't work. I don't know if I can take that off. I think I may have taken it off the time before and cleaned it out. If not, I can do that now. So that vent, that venturi, what do you call that thing right there, is a 9/32. And I got a wrench that fits it, so I'm gonna get an extension and things, and we're gonna pull that out and clean it out. Okay, I got that venturi out. Now what I want to see when I look down in there is a clog. And what I see, I don't know if you can see it. I've tried to turn this toward the light, but I do see a clog. There's a piece of trash inside of that. What I can do is take a piece of wire and push that piece of trash out. That should fix my heater, which is good. I was hoping, I mean, if you're trying to fix something and you find a problem, then you found the problem. If you don't find the problem, you're never sure. Why isn't it working? I was talking about replacing the heater and replacing a thing and this and that. But when you find a piece of stuff in it and you're able to push it out, like, see that piece of stuff right there that's coming out? That stuff right there, it is the blockage that was in that piece of pipe. It looks like dust, acorns. I can't say. But But if I look through it now, I don't know if you can see through it to see that light, but it is clean now. So I should be able to put this back together and have it work. Now the other thing to think about is, and let me tell you, it's hard to get this out without dropping it. If you did drop it, I don't know how you'd get it out. But the other thing is, what else might be in that line and how to blow that out. And I don't know if I can blow air in through here and have it come out there or back the other way, because this got in there by coming through the gas line. So let me play with that. Well, this is good. I was able to get my air compressor, the tip of it, over in here and get it into that venturi. And when I blow it, air is coming out down here. Should blowing out the trash that's in there. The next big challenge is to get this back in there without having it fall down inside there. For that, I'm going to put the camera down and use two hands. That was tricky, but I got it done. Now I'm going to put it all back together, and I am going to modify the box to make it easier to get this in and out next time. So what I did basically to modify the box is I put a split in this edge here. You'll notice every one of these here is just designed to catch this, and this has to slide in and out. All of the part behind this is down in the solid part of the box, and all the part in the front of this is in the vented part. But when you're trying to get that out, this is digging into, and you can actually see a place here. Notice when I was pulling this out where it was bending this metal. There's a scratch mark right there as it's coming out. It's just in there so snug. See down in here, and it may be this box has been, it's not a real new heater. It's been in and out quite a few times. I think even before I got to it, it's a little bent up around the edges. But hopefully doing that will make it easier. What I should be able to do now, instead of fighting with that thing to get it in and out, I should be able just to lower that. Lower that thing right down in there. This is the part that comes out. This is the air vent and the exhaust. This is the part that goes down in deep. I just want to look at it one time and make sure I'm not forgetting anything, and I need to remember to, you know, the motherboard and everything's all good in here. Everything's all bolted down where that thing goes. So this should go in here like this. And I'm going to pull my fingers out of the fray. This part, all this slides down into all that. And hopefully this time, hopefully this will go in here pretty easily. That's just about right. This part here is where the gas line comes in. This line extends outside here and plugs into the electric. And this bottom part goes down to about this line here. There's a little bent spot right there, and I can take a hammer. There's a part where I see it kind of bent. I should be able to take that out there and put it back in the camper, hook everything up, and it should work. We'll see. Okay, we're almost ready to test it. Well, it's working. I hear a noise. I feel heat. That noise means the fan. Something's making the fan make a noise. I don't know what. But still, it's working. I think I'll cut it off. Alright, it doesn't stop the fan when I cut it off. Cut it back on. me put y'all down while I play with it. It might be just a, the location of the box. See, this thing here, when the door closes, there's two little things that go in there to hold them in place. I'm going to go ahead and close the door down. And I should be able to take one of these pipes and stick it in there. Sorry I dropped y'all, but this is hot. I was putting it on there and all of a sudden it's like, oh, what's hot? So I'm gonna go in and cut it off and then I can put those screws back in place. Oh the joy. Oh the joy, we got heat again. I got this thing turned up to about 100 to get it to come on. It doesn't need to be. I'm just going to turn this off. I'll actually turn it on electric. Leave it at 70. So that means it's time to celebrate. Have a glass of iced tea. Well, it will be as soon as I get through. I have to let that thing stop and cool down before I can put that exhaust pipe on it. Burn my fingers otherwise. But I can go ahead and start putting tools away and straightening things up around here. Love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hope you have a great day. Goodbye. And I hope something in all of that was helpful. If not, dang, sorry. I need to do more research about that. But I see no dirt, no dust, no problem there, nothing. I can blow some air in there just for good measure, and I can try sticking it. I may try sticking it in there without the box and see if it'll fire up or if it'll do anything. I don't know. I don't know what to do next. I'm still considering it, the whole thing. Okay, I took these two screws out right here, and that let this thing fall open so that I can see the motherboard. Now, I'm pretty sure there's never going to be anything that I'm going to be able to see that's going to tell me anything, except maybe it might be something to tell me what to get if I wanted to replace this, to get another one. I also may be at a point, see, there's a lot of connections in this, all over the place. I mean, there's connections down in here to the gas regulator down there and everything. This may be too complicated for me to fix because I'm shooting in the dark. I don't know what I'm doing. I could probably find and replace that motherboard, but if I did, would that make a difference? Who's to say it's not? Some of these other connections. I'll raise this up and let you see. One of the problems, see here's down below, all these wires go into all those things that regulate. Basically, it's all safety stuff. It all regulates either letting it work or letting it not work, and it's all set up on something to try and figure out if there's something wrong with the system so that it needs to shut down, which makes it pretty darn complicated for an untrained person to try to figure out. I'm going to study on it some more.